Over this way, you can see just parts of that house are just been flung. Trees behind it have just been toppled over. I've been here for about 2.5 hours, and ever since that tornado, possible tornado did hit, if you just look right on down here, this gutter is about 60 feet away from that original house. That just tells you how crazy this tornado must have hit this area. I came here right after the damages, and we'll come back over this way. There's a mobile home right behind me that was just completely smushed by that tree. You know, it's just completely destroyed. I can't go back over there because, as you can see, that power line is connected to that mobile home now on the ground, and it would be unsafe for me to go over there, which brings me back to Danville Utilities and Mecklenburg. Both are affected right here, so they had to turn off the power so that crews can start working and getting that foliage all removed. And as you can see also right behind me, you know, people are just walking around trying to help. Crews are here. There's still stuff and debris everywhere, and you know, we're still under tornado watch, so please be careful if you are in the Pittsylvania County region, and please listen to the meteorologist because you do never know, and just be safe out here. You know, we are still in tornado watch again. Yeah, so the fire chief told me that all of the families are at the Blair's Fire Department. They're safe there. They're waiting for this all to be cleared, and they told me it could take hours. So please just stand by, listen to your weathermen. Please just stay safe out there. Yeah, so I'm live in Pittsylvania County. Sarah Weitzman, ABC 13 News. Back to you.
And if you have any pictures or video of damage that happens in your backyard that you can get safely, you can send it to us on Chime In or on our ABC 13 app or at WSET.com. Let's get back to George, who is tracking the very latest on the storms.
Yeah, Danner, and one thing about Sarah, when you're watching, you can just kind of see some of the emotion taking over when you're standing there and you're looking at some of the tornado damage. Also, before I get back to this cell, so we reported that there is also storm damage near Dickerson Road, Dickerson Mill in Bedford County. Chris Morris, Chris, if you're in Bedford County, I'm referring to you. Hi, Chris, if you're watching. But he was sending some pictures of that area. And while you don't like to confirm a tornado based on some pictures alone, to me it does look like that this was definitely tornado damage, significant damage, a whole bunch of trees that were blown down. So, of course, the National Weather Service, they'll make the official ruling on it. But just the pictures that I have here, Chris, thank you for those, that does unfortunately look like a tornado that caused them. Interestingly, it was also the same part of the circulation that did produce the tornado damage in Pittsylvania County. That's the same one which was in Bedford County. So now let's go back to the current situation here. So it is 5:54 and you're watching kind of a hybrid newscast and severe weather update because we still have tornado warnings. We have had more tornado warnings. We've had some large number that I can't even count that high of how many warnings that we've had, but it's been a bunch. It's been over a dozen tornado warnings in our area today. We've also had multiple reports now of tornado damage, Pittsylvania County, Bedford County. Unfortunately, there's probably going to be more which come out. This storm here has multiple areas which are spinning, and so that's why you have this kind of weird looking tornado warning, because there's some areas of rotation here to the west of South Boston near Halifax. There's another rotating area that is just south of the Long Island, a little community called Long Island in Campbell County. It's actually just south of you near the river, and all of this is lifting to the north. So on the radar, let's work our way through the storm. Let's first go to this part of the cell here, which is near South Boston and west of the town of Halifax. So move this, I was actually liking the Raleigh's depiction a little bit better. Yeah. So the colors keep jumping around here because we're almost between two radars, one Raleigh, one Floyd County. But the bottom line in this is that there are multiple areas of rotation within this line. If you live in the town of Halifax, this is going to pass just to your west. Let's say I wouldn't go adventuring, I wouldn't go road tripping right now west of Halifax. I would also avoid driving 501 to the north of Halifax, the highway toward Brookneal. I would not want to be making that drive right now because there could be a tornado which develops out of this. As far as South Boston, you're not under tornado warning, but this is going to be close as this cell passes just to your west and eventually to the north. Mr. Stafford, could you zoom the radar closer to Brookneal for our viewers there that are under the tornado warning? And yeah, it gets a little confusing when the radar's changing colors. Okay, but actually leave it right here, sir. So this is a spinning area. Not the strongest rotation we've ever seen, but there could be a small tornado within this. This is west of Nathalie and west of the Volans community. This is going to make its way toward Brookneal. That other area of rotation is here. That is approaching the Stanton River. So, Will, could you zoom the radar to the west, to the left a little bit? So, yeah, this is crazy how many circulations that we've seen today, but not surprising. We were expecting this. This in here, so where you're seeing this red and green, this would basically be the raindrops twirling. So up at cloud level, the storm is rotating, and that one could produce a tornado. This one is going to be pushing its way that direction into Campbell County. Brookneal, you're okay this second, but watching for you very, very closely. Let's reset this map, Will, for our entire viewing area. So it's 5:57, and up in the booth, could y'all let me, I assume that we'll be going to a brief break, then starting the 6 o'clock newscast. Can you confirm that? Okay, so Hayden Robertson, our one of our ace reporters and also producer, giving me that info, so thank you for that. So we will be going to a brief break before we start the 6 o'clock newscast. But in summary, in Lynchburg, we have avoided anything bad happening today. Right through here, we just have some rain making its way toward the city. These storms with the tornado warnings earlier, which unfortunately did produce some of that tornado damage in Bedford County, these are lifting north, these are moving toward Covington, and those no longer have warnings, and that's a good thing. But we have this cluster of storms which are still rotating, and these are lifting to the north toward Brookneal, as you can see. So be ready to get in your place of tornado shelter in Brookneal. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to a brief break, and then we will be back for ABC 13 News at 6.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 0% APR on 2024 Sierra 1500 Denali models. That's over $6,400 in average finance savings.
See your local GMC dealer.
Your skin is ever changing. Take care of it with Gold Bond's healing formulations of 7 moisturizers and 3 vitamins. For all your skins, Gold Bond.
It'll be raining cats and dogs again. Time to waterproof with Gorilla.
Waterproof with Gorilla? Gorilla Waterproof Patch and Seal.
Of course.
Spray it, tape it, spread it, brush it to stop and prevent leaks. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Struggling with moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis? Talk to your doctor about #1 prescribed Entyvio, offering 2 maintenance options, including the Entyvio pen. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. Entyvio, relief, remission for real.
I have 2 options for you to take a look at. What do you think?
From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs. Rebath, with you every step of the way. Fast removal, fast installation. Our remodels take only days, not weeks, so you can love your bathroom sooner. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Grand Home Furnishings is rolling out the red carpet. Get VIP pricing with up to 60% off store-wide. Then an extra $100 off, plus 18-month special financing and your choice of delivery options. Now through Monday at Grand Home Furnishings.
Looking to save big on your next new vehicle? Then get in the game at Bergland Automotive. Get 0% APR for 72 months on select new models, or make no payments for 90 days. Shop 21 brands across 10 locations in Roanoke, Salem, Lynchburg, and Bedford. Get 0% for 72 on select new models, or make no payments for 90 days. For over 50 years, Bergland Automotive has been serving Central and Southwest Virginia, and we're just getting started. Shop all 10 Bergland Automotive locations.
I lost 50 pounds on Genesis Health Solutions with no medications, no exercise, no prepackaged foods, or counting calories. I've tried Weight Watchers numerous times, Jenny Craig, and none of it worked. I started with Genesis Health Solutions, and I lost the weight, and it's staying off. It really has changed my life.
Let us help you lose up to 1 pound of fat per day.
Contact us at genesishealthsolutions.net.
Life with ear ringing sounded like a constant train whistle I couldn't escape. Then I started taking lipoflavonoid. With 60 years of clinical experience, it's the #1 doctor-recommended brand for ear ringing, and now I'm finally free. Take back control with lipoflavonoid.
News coverage you can count on. This is ABC 13 News at 6.
Good to have you with us at 6 on this very busy weather night. We are tracking severe weather all across the area. Right now, we want to get straight to Chief Meteorologist George Flickinger with the very latest on this severe weather. George?
All right, Mark, so what I want to do is to update you on the storms that we're tracking right now. By my count, we've had 13 tornado warnings in the ABC 13 viewing area. And we still have 1 warning right now. It's possible there could be another warning or 2 for tonight. But right now our concern is for this area of tornado warnings, which is located to the south of Lynchburg. Will, could you recenter this map on the entire area? So I want to put this in relation to Lynchburg as well as Bedford. We are going to monitor these storms as they make their way through Campbell County and toward the city of Lynchburg to see if additional tornado warnings are issued, because this is going to gradually move to the north and then start to turn to the left, turn to the west, and move this direction. It's basically twirling around the center of what's left of Helene. But right through here, we have a tornado warning in effect. Let's zoom down for a closer look. So Will, let's stop the radar animation for a minute. And I want to point out a couple of areas within this. We'll take a look at the velocity shortly. But first off, if you're in South Boston, you're good. Halifax, you're okay. But I would not want to be driving along 501 right now. This is up toward Brookneal. Just remain in place, because this would be a miserable drive anyway with so much heavy rain and wind. But there are multiple spinning areas within this storm. There's one right here. That's another area that's rotating. That's another area that has had rotation with it. This one is looking weaker, but this is toward the Long Island community. A little bit earlier, this did look a little bit more definitive, but as of now, the rotation does not appear to be that well organized, actually just out of the tornado warning area, and that one is making its way into Campbell County, so for obvious reasons, we're going to be watching that. Will, let's switch the radar view. Will Stafford and Thomas Battle have been helping out. Basically, we've been on live from the middle of the afternoon, since just after 2 o'clock. We basically had live continuous coverage for you. I do want to show you a few areas that we're watching, and this is interesting here. Will, let's go to the west of South Boston. There is, in meteorology, there's a nickname called the tail end Charlie, which is the name that you give a cell which is on the tail end, the southern edge of the storms. That one, when you see something like that, that particular cell can have a better chance to rotate because it's not having to compete with a lot of the other rain. And look at this right here. This is interesting. This will be interesting to see if this does produce a tornado, because this is at least rotating at cloud level. While this is going to stay to the west of South Boston, this cell here is going to move very, very close to the town of Halifax coming up within the next 15 minutes. Will, let's go further up the line and few areas of spin. I'm not seeing an obvious sign that, oh, well, yeah, that is definitely a tornado, but we do have some rotation here. This is near the McKendree area along 501. Ironically, this is an area that's already been hit by a tornado earlier this year. And now let's go farther north toward Brookneal. So Brookneal is here. Stanton, Roanoke River running right through here. I'm not seeing an obvious sign of a tornado. There is some broad rotation here, not very strong, along 501, and also want to go to just east of Alta Vista. This is an area to watch, but at this time, I don't see an obvious sign that there's definitely a tornado on the ground, so that is good news. We'll watch this storm, though, as it moves deeper into Campbell County toward Gladys and Rustburg. Mark Spain has more on the storms and storm reports. So Mark, I'm going to put it over to you.
All right, George, thanks. We have crews spread out across the viewing area covering this severe weather. ABC 13's Brittany Slaughter is live at Riverview Park in Radford right now, where there's flooding there along the New River. Brittany?
Yeah, hey Mark, definitely a lot of flooding. I'm going to step out of frame so you can see what I've been watching for the whole afternoon. This playground is just going underwater. The swing set disappeared a few hours ago. The baby swings right there are pretty much gone. Now I'm going to show you some more video from earlier today too. I've actually had to move my location because the water is coming up this hill so much. So take a look at this video we've got here. The ABC 13 weather team tells me the river is expected to rise to its second highest point on record. Parks have been closed and folks who live nearby are being warned of how high this water could rise. Jenny Webb, Director of Communications for the City of Radford, tells me the city has been in constant communication with the folks who live here.
Today, our emergency management staff has met pretty much nonstop to get messaging out to our community regarding flooding and be flood aware, even as far as going door to door to some of our homes in those lower lying areas to make sure they know they're in those floodplains.
Goodman says it's also a good idea to sign up for text alerts from the city, and you can do so on their website. Now, as the New River crests, the flooding is expected to get worse, and it could even hit the roads, so just please be careful. Stay off the roads if you can. Let the crews get out and fix any power lines that are down or save people that do get stranded, and just stay inside. Have a cozy Friday night in. It sounds like a pretty good idea to me. For now, live in Radford, Brittany Slaughter, ABC 13 News.
Brittany, it is good to see the sun shining brightly behind you. Of course, as I said, we have crews spread out all across the area. Governor Youngkin did announce earlier this afternoon that there's been at least one weather-related fatality. That was in Craig County. Right now, we want to get back to our weather team monitoring all of this severe weather force. Let's get to meteorologist Thomas Battle.
Thanks, Mark. We do still have one warning still in place for possibly a few more minutes. It's still showing those signs, telltale signs on the radar that it could be rotating. And there's multiple little tiny couplets within this line that still could be providing enough rotation to create a tornado. So that's what we're still watching, and it kind of stretches all the way down through the county at the moment, all the way from Brookneal down to South Boston. And as George was just mentioning a few minutes ago, the tail end of it also still showing some signs of rotating. Now this warning still lasts for about another 5 or 6 minutes, so we do have a little more time left before this could be extended as it moves northward. But we're going to have to keep a close eye on it. Right now, well, if we could go ahead and just put another little track on this and just see how far out this is going to go. Over the next couple of minutes. We're still moving at about 25, 30 miles an hour. Most of these have stayed pretty consistent with their speed and how quick that they're moving. But I do think as we go in the next 5 minutes or so, we'll see if that next warning is issued, and like to know where these storms are headed. Even if it's not a tornado warned storm, we've seen some of these producing some hail. They're going to be producing pretty gusty winds as well. That's something, straight line winds, you probably hear us talk about as well. If we don't have a tornado, then we're going to be dealing with those. Let's look at this. Yeah, so we've got this moving into the Brookneal area just in the next 10 minutes or so. Clarkton as well, just a few minutes after that. And then a little further out, if we were to get another 30 minutes or so, then we'd be out to Aspen. But again, this is a pretty broken line. This might be the last line of stronger storms that we see, starting to see it clearing as we go a little further to the west. We'll still watch some cells that are developing to our south as well. But for the moment, rotation does seem pretty weak. It's not super strong for many of them, just small little couplets along this line as it moves north. So can we switch back to radar real quick, and we'll look at some of where the heavier rains are, see if we can pick anything out. Yeah, because you can kind of make out, we've got a couple of these that are just kind of trying to spin by themselves, and then they spin off and they roll off to the side. We were watching this one little cell just on the very western edge of the polygon. That one also still trying to re-strengthen and spin again, and that has potential to also be warned a little further down the road. But west of Halifax, that you're just about to start getting into this. It looks like we're probably going to be seeing this in the next few minutes. If you're in Halifax, you might want to get in covered. There's also still some weak rotation there. Not a lot, but it does look like there's some. It might be a little stronger than it was just when it was a little south of South Boston. But again, this line moving towards the north-northeast about 20, 25 miles an hour, and we're going to keep seeing those storms going through in the next few minutes. But this warning will last till about 6:15, so we've got about 3 minutes left, and we'll see whether or not it will actually be continued in the next few. Mark, Will?
Not to
throw a wrench in anyone's plan.
There are still some storms to the
but
south.
we do have some storms down here, and take a look at some of these.
They are still showing a little bit of the signs of rotation. You've got those bright colors there. You can
This
actually
one
make
will
out.
miss us, thankfully. That is a nasty looking
That one
signature
is,
there.
again, we're going to hope that one can lean a little further east. But yeah, we're going to have to keep watching some of these cells over North Carolina as well. Couple more storms still behind this line that we've been dealing with, but hopefully things will quiet down a little bit. And that's it on the latest information. We'll see if we can get an update here in the next few minutes and if the National Weather Service will continue. Mark, what else do you have for us?
All right, lots of watches and warnings popping up across the area. I know, speaking with you guys a little bit earlier this afternoon, you've counted at least a dozen tornado warnings. One of those a possible tornado has touched down in Pittsylvania County. That's where our ABC 13 Sharice Hoffman is right now. Again, want to say possible tornado. Sharice, what can you tell us? What are you seeing where you are?
Marco, right now I'm on W.I. Powell Road, and there are so many down trees in this area. Take a look at this one right here. This one is completely, you can see the roots and on the inside of it. And there's also crews working to get all of these trees out the road. They've been doing a really good job. They've been here for about 2 hours making sure these trees are out the road. They've been working really hard. At first, this was filled with trucks in the area, but now they're slowly moving those out. And I'm also going to take you over here. There are several down trees in this area. W.I. Powell Road is actually closed, and they said it'll be closed for the next 24 hours to kind of just get these trees out of the road and also restore some power. We're not sure how many outages are in the area right now, but there are a couple power lines down as well. And VDOT will actually be down here to put barricades in this area to block it off. So if you are in the Dry Fork area near W.I. Powell Road, you will not be able to get down here. And also, anyone in this area that needs assistance, the Dry Fork Volunteer Fire Department, they'll be there for you. They're at 4860 Dry Fork Road. So anyone that's in this area that may have some issues, or they may be able to get to their homes, or there is some damage over there, head over to the Dry Fork Volunteer Fire Department at 4860 Dry Fork Road. Right now I'm live in Pennsylvania County. Sharice Hoffman, ABC 13 News.
All right, Sharice, thanks for that. And I'm told that that was a tornado that's touched down in Pennsylvania County. Of course, the Weather Service, National Weather Service, will be out there surveying the damage to find out just how far and wide this thing traveled. Right now, we want to go back over to Chief Meteorologist George Flickinger, who's following all of this weather for us tonight.
Yeah, Mark, it's really interesting, and this is atypical for us when you have a storm with multiple spinning areas within them. But that's what we're seeing right now for the storm with a tornado warning in eastern Pennsylvania County and also in western Halifax County. Will, could you reset the radar? And I want to put this on the big picture for our entire viewing area so our viewers in Lynchburg can see. So we do have some rain moving into Lynchburg, but right now it's nothing we need to worry about. It's just some rain. You've also probably noticed the wind is not as strong as it was earlier. That trend will continue as the remains from Helene gradually wind down. But we still have these storms here with the tornado warnings. These are lifting northward toward Brookneal and also Appomattox County. You're getting some rain right now. Will, let's stop the radar animation. Let's go back down for a closer look at these storms. We're going to pull some storm tracks, and I want to take a look at some of the individual spinning areas on the velocity to see if we can definitively make out if there's a tornado. So let's look at this area here to the southwest of Brookneal. So you go over the Stanton River along 501. So as I'm looking at this, I don't see any obvious signs of a tornado. Yes, Will?
They are going to reissue that.
Okay.
It did, in fact, there it is. And now this one goes until 6:45.
Okay, so they are reissuing the warning. That's for these multiple areas of spinning. But as I'm looking at this, the good news, I don't see where there is an obvious tornado on the ground right now. Will, could you zoom out a little bit on the radar? I want to take a look at all the areas that have rotation. So if you're in Brookneal, to play it safe, go ahead and get into your place of tornado shelter in case a tornado does develop out of this. There's this broad rotation to your southwest that is going to move into Brookneal, so get into your place of tornado shelter. Also right here along 501, that would be a miserable drive near Nathalie, west of Nathalie, and near the Volans area. Broad circulation is being detected there. And finally, I want to take you down to the south, near South Boston. I want to see what this tail end Charlie cell looks like, and this is actually some good news, this does not look like this is producing a tornado here. So Halifax, you're good. South Boston, this is moving away from you. But the newest info, tornado warning continues until 6:45, and we'll keep tracking the storms. So take a brief break, and we'll be back to track the storms.
Tonight, Hurricane Helene. The devastation has states in the path brace for catastrophic surges and flooding. Tracking the potentially historic storm. World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast.
Charlotte. Imaginations run wild among streetscape artisans and soundwave superstars. Made for culture cravers, art admirers, and stage lovers, this city's cultural adventures will leave you spellbound. Plan your trip at charlottesgotalot.com.
Save up to $5,000 in Apple Ford of Lynchburg and Apple Ford of Danville during the summer sales events. Right now, get $4,000 off a new 20 F-150 plus $2,000 cash back from Ford. Or $5,000 off a new 24 Expedition plus $1,000 cash back from Ford. And receive 0% financing on new 24 Escapes, Edge, and Explorers. Hurry to Apple Ford of Lynchburg and Apple Ford of Danville for huge savings.
I grew up working in my dad's ironworking shop. Then I ran a school teaching kids carpentry and welding. I learned from that and passed laws so that we're building and manufacturing again. Ships and submarines, roads and bridges, electric vehicles and clean energy, and microchips and broadband, we're bringing high-tech manufacturing and infrastructure jobs to Virginia. Good jobs build our nation. I'm Tim Kaine, and I approve this message.
Hi, I'm Peyton Sellers. This year marks the 40th year in business for Danville Toyota. And to celebrate, we're going to donate $40 for every car sold this month to a charitable organization like this one.
Serving over 400 individuals within our local community in their fight against cancer, Danville, Pennsylvania Cancer is proud to be your local ally in the fight against cancer. We just want to say thank you to Danville Toyota for being the dealer that makes a difference.
Charlotte, a city pulsing with pride, tastemakers, and trendsetters. Made for eccentric adventurers, trailblazers, and the culture curious. Discover a city that leaves a lasting impression. Plan your trip at charlottesgotalot.com.
All right, we're back with continuing coverage of this severe weather in our area. In the Hill City, though, things have been relatively calm compared to some of those other locations in central Virginia, like Pittsylvania County. ABC 13's Rachel Branning is live along Langern Road. And Rachel, the Virginia 10-miler is this weekend. I know they're hoping to get that off the ground, and I'm sure they will.
Oh yeah, Mark, they are definitely planning on it. Like you said, we've mostly seen rain and wind here in Lynchburg, and folks with the 10-miler tell me that this race is going to be happening rain or shine tomorrow. The weather is expected to clear up for that, though. Over 4,000 people are expected to take to the roads in the Hill City bright and early tomorrow. The race starts at 8 o'clock, and folks are coming from near and far. Some runners I spoke with made the trip for the first time.
I've heard a lot about it. I have some friends who've done it in the past, and I've heard good things about it, and it's competitive, it's fun, it's got the history, and we love running, so it's a good excuse to come out here.
Folks I spoke with say they're spending tonight inside and out of the rain to prep for tomorrow, and they're not the only ones that have been preparing for this race. As you can see behind me here on Langern Road, they have barricades set up, and they are out here preparing, getting everything ready for tomorrow, so hopefully that weather cooperates. In Lynchburg tonight, Rachel Branning, ABC 13 News.
It is a great race, and they're hoping to see at least 4,000 runners out there tomorrow. It will be good. Speaking of what's happening tomorrow, let's get over to Chief Meteorologist George Flickinger. And George, hopefully the weather will cooperate for that race tomorrow morning.
Yeah, Mark, it looks like the weather is going to turn out to be good for the Virginia 10-miler, or if you're doing the walk. We're going to see this rain moving away. In fact, you're going to see some sunshine reappearing for tomorrow. So yes, we are going to be getting a break in the weather. Will, let's reset. Let's go back and show our entire viewing area. And Will was counting, and it's actually, we've had 16 tornado warnings, 16 of them. We've counted 2 areas where we do have tornado damage. Tornado damage area number 1, as we've been showing you, is near and west of Dry Fork in Pennsylvania County. A second area of significant damage is in Bedford County. It is southwest of the town of Bedford near Dickerson Mill Road. That one has not officially been confirmed as a tornado, but I've seen some of the pictures, some of the images coming out from that, and I have no doubt that that will be confirmed as a tornadic circulation. But dozens of trees were blown down, and so the Bedford Fire Department has been working to help clean up that and get the roads passable. So that is, from my eyes, 2 areas of tornado damage that we've had so far. Let's take you back to here. So this tornado warning has now been extended until 6:45. And if you're wondering why it looks like it's in the same area, it's because we keep seeing different parts of these cells have these rotating areas shortly, and then they dissipate, and then they reform again. So let's go to Brookneal here. Brookneal, town of Brookneal, you're under a tornado warning in southern Campbell County. Right through here. Let's stop the radar animation and let's go to the wind. I want to see what we're seeing as far as the wind. And that's actually good news. Yes, there is wind pushing out from this. I don't see an obvious sign that there is a tornado, though, on the ground. I do see a lot of kind of some disorganized rotation with this. We'll monitor. In Brookneal, you do have a tornadic storm with tornado warning moving your way, but I don't see an obvious tornado. However, get into your place and remain in your place of tornado shelter in Brookneal in case a tornado does end up developing. Let's go down the line of storms here. Let's go down 501 into Halifax. This is an area of rotation west of Nathalie near 501, near the Volans area. This will move to the north. And this tail end Charlie storm to near the town of Halifax, there is some mild rotation with it, but I don't see an obvious tornado at this time. Regardless, tornado warning does continue until 6:45. Mark Spain has some new info on the storms.
That's right, Georgia. Confirmed tornado in Pennsylvania County and another one possibly touching down in Bedford County. Our crews are spread out all across the area trying to keep up with all of this severe weather that we've been having. Right now, we want to go to Roanoke. That's where we find ABC 13's Bridget Kelly. What are things looking like where you are tonight, Bridget?
Yeah, Mark. Well, it's been raining pretty heavily all day where I've been in Roanoke. Thankfully, it is starting to clear up. But take a look behind me. You can see this massive tree that went down earlier today because of the storm. Now, clearly, it's huge. It's completely ripped from its roots and even caused some damage to the houses next to it. But there's even more damage in the Star City. Roanoke Fire EMS says they've taken about 60 calls since 6:30 this morning. Those calls were to their barricade unit for downed trees and power lines. The police department, sheriff's office, and public works are all responding to those calls.
If you are on the road today, we advise you to not drive around barriers. Those are there for your protection, so even if the roadway appears to be clear, we want everybody to be finding an alternate route for your safety.
I spoke with one neighbor who says her son's car got hit by a tree that fell. Thankfully, there's no damage, but not everyone has been so lucky. This storm definitely hit Roanoke pretty hard. Like I said, it is clearer now, but if weather does pick up, Roanoke EMS said to stay indoors and only travel if necessary. Live in Roanoke, Bridget Kelly, ABC 13 News.
Bridget, thanks. A mess in so many places. Among those is Pennsylvania County, and that's where we find ABC 13 Sarah Weitzman tonight, where that tornado did touch down in the Dry Fork area. Sarah.
Yeah, Mark, as soon as I got here around 3:30, 3:45-ish, I saw the tornado had just passed. It was in the distance, but I'm going to show you some of the damages that the tornado has done. So if you take a look right behind me, you could see that mobile home that used to be here is now just absolutely in crumbles on the ground. There's that big tree that just toppled over, and that's probably what broke that made the home kind of, just all over the floor, and then I was doing some coverage over on the other side of this house, and as you can see, we have this side of this house. You can just see those trees just snapped, and that just shows you that this tornado was no joke. I spoke with neighbors here, and they told me it was just absolutely devastating. You walk these roads every day, you know what these houses look like, you know who the people are, and now it's just, he said it looked like a disaster zone. He just said, I don't even know where this is now, and those are neighbors who live here. So yeah, it's just absolutely devastating, and again, like, just if you take a look over this way, again, trees snapped in half, and VDOT and state police have been in here, like, just every single time that all throughout that I've been here, cleaning up the debris off the streets, just making sure to get that all done so that the power lines can turn back on, because they are currently off, which could affect some of the people who use Danville Utilities or Mecklenburg. So just, yeah, everybody, please be careful, please be safe. We are still under tornado watch, so please listen to our meteorologists. And yeah, it's been a crazy couple of hours here. I've been here for so long that I've kind of gotten used to it, but when I first got here, it was a shock. I've never seen a tornado damage before, and it's really shocking. And all the families are at the Dry Fork fire rescue. And they say if anybody needs help or assistance, if they're a victim of this damage, please to go there. Yeah, I spoke with them a couple minutes ago, and they said that they could be here all night. They could be here all night, just fixing all the stuff on the streets, fixing all the foliage, picking that up, cleaning everything up, so that you guys can again use this road on Dry Fork here in Pennsylvania County. So I'm going to send it back to you. I'm live in Pennsylvania County. Sarah Weitzman, ABC 13 News.
All right, Sarah, Pennsylvania County may have gotten the worst of this. There are power outages, there are homes damaged, as well as vehicles and trees down all over the area. Our severe weather coverage will continue right after this break.
It's bow time. Introducing new Bojangles chicken wings. Try the boldly seasoned classic, sweet and smoky barbecue, or creamy buffalo for some heat. Head to Bojangles and order all 3 flavors for your next party. It's bow time.
Looking to save big on your next new vehicle? Then get in the game at Bergland Automotive. Get 0% APR for 72 months on select new models, or make no payments for 90 days. Shop 21 brands across 10 locations in Roanoke, Salem, Lynchburg, and Bedford. Get 0% for 72 on select new models, or make no payments for 90 days. For over 50 years, Bergland Automotive has been serving Central and Southwest Virginia, and we're just getting started. Shop all 10 Bergland Automotive locations.
I grew up working in my dad's ironworking shop. Then I ran a school teaching kids carpentry and welding. I learned from that and passed laws so that we're building and manufacturing again. Ships and submarines, roads and bridges, electric vehicles and clean energy, and microchips and broadband, we're bringing high-tech manufacturing and infrastructure jobs to Virginia. Good jobs build our nation. I'm Tim Kaine, and I approve this message.
Grand Home Furnishings is rolling out the red carpet with star-studded savings. Through Monday, get VIP pricing with up to 60% off store-wide. Then take an extra $100 off your purchase plus 18-month special financing and your choice of delivery options. Get a beautiful sofa, now only $9.99, or an oversized chaise rocker recliner, now just $7.29. Your VIP savings are here at the red carpet event. Now
$5,000 in Apple Ford of Lynchburg and Apple Ford of Danville during the summer sales event. Right now, get $4,000 off a new 24 F-150 plus $2,000 cash back from Ford, or $5,000 off a new 24 Expedition plus $1,000 cash back from Ford, and receive 0% financing on new 24 Escapes, Edge, and Explorers. Hurry to Apple Ford of Lynchburg and Apple Ford of Danville for huge savings.
Save now and drive away with up to $2,500 customer cash on 2024 Mazda CX-50. Plus, Mazda owners save an additional $500. Own a Mazda, get a $500 incentive. Military members, including active duty, reserves, retirees, and veterans, qualify for a $500 incentive. Enjoy 0% for 36 months on Mazda 3 hatchbacks, CX-30, CX-5, and CX-50. Save big at lynchburgmazda.com.
It's bow time. Some classics never go out of style, like fresh egg, American cheese, and hickory smoked bacon on a made-from-scratch biscuit. Get a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit with crispy bow rounds and a hot coffee or medium drink for $5.99. Order in the app or at Bojangles. It's bow time.
ABC 13 Weather Alert Day, sponsored by Freedom First.
Hi everyone, I'm George Flickinger with more live severe weather coverage. Normally our 6 o'clock newscast would be ending, but we still have a tornado warning in effect. This is until 6:45, and it's for this storm, which is located near Brookneal and also into Halifax County, lifting to the north. If you're there are no warnings associated with it or monitoring, but right now this is just rain. By the way, the tornado warnings we had earlier for near Roanoke, Bedford, and Botetourt County, those have been canceled, and I don't see the warnings for that area being reissued. But we do have this tornado warning here, which does include Brookneal until 6:45. So let's zoom in for a closer look at the storm. The National Weather Service has issued multiple tornado warnings, and Will Stafford can count higher than I can, so he was checking the warnings. It comes up to 16. He's counted 16 tornado warnings which have occurred. And this cell here has been, we've had at least 3 warnings for this part of the county alone, because there are multiple areas of spin at cloud level. So far, we've not had any confirmation that any of that spin from this cell in particular has reached its way to the ground, but this is a rotating area just north of the town of Halifax and also near Brookneal. This boat basically just looks like rain moving into Brookneal. I don't see a Captain Obvious signature of a, oh wow, yeah, that's definitely a tornado. The most interesting cell that we have is this one here. This one is going to make its way near Nathalie, which remains under a tornado warning. So what I want to do, Will, let's stop the animation. And let's take a look at the traditional, or the wind mode, the velocity, and this is where we're looking at the wind. And so this is good news, what I'm seeing here. I don't see an obvious sign that there is a tornado on the ground. There is broad rotation. If I was seeing like this bright red, taillight looking red, and this bright Christmas tree looking green color next to each other, that would be a major concern. We've actually seen that a couple of times today in some of the tornado warnings. I just see a lot of areas of disorganized spin. I don't see an obvious indication of a tornado. So this is near and just east of 501 near Nathalie. Mr. Stafford, take us into Brookneal for our viewers in Brookneal. This area remains under a tornado warning, and this is another area where I'm really not seeing anything definitive. We just have some broad circulation showing up in the Brookneal area toward the Brookneal Airport, Campbell County Airport, toward Naruna and William Campbell, but nothing that looks like an obvious tornado at this time. So this is good news. Broad rotation, but I don't see indications of a tornado. Will, could you move the radar into Lynchburg? Because I want to make sure that everything is okay here. There is an area of spin that is being detected right here. So Yellow Branch, let's say Yellow Branch Elementary, it's going to be located near the Highway 24 and 29 interchange. They've got Foster's Field, just a pretty busy area. That is right through here. This is located a little bit to the south of it. It's small, which is good. We'll monitor this, but this does not look like that this is a tornado at this point, but we need to watch that because it's going to move toward Rustburg. Also going to go over to meteorologist Thomas Battle with some new insight.
Just a little quick thing here, George. The National Weather Service has already said, actually, they just put out a little statement saying that based upon aerial video that they've gotten of the damage near Dry Fork, which was that storm, of course, that Sharice and Sarah at right now, we can confirm that the damage was caused by a tornado, and that later, of course, they're going to send a survey team out and get the latest on that. That will probably happen tomorrow, I would assume, but we will not get that rating till later. But yeah, definitely a tornado. The National Weather Service confirming it. We'll get the rating probably over the weekend.
That's pretty interesting because normally the National Weather Service would not confirm a tornado without seeing it with their own eyes, but there were multiple images of this funnel, almost this little baby cone looking thing sticking out of the cloud. Then there was tornado damage, and also I could just tell by Sarah Weitzman's live report, I've seen enough tornadoes and tornado damage in my lifetime for a lot of people, and you could obviously tell that this was a tornado. This was not straight line wind, a downburst, or some other type of wind. This was an obvious tornado, and unfortunately at least 5 homes were damaged in that. Also, I know the National Weather Service, and I'm saying this without talking to them, but I know they're going to be checking this out. Bedford County, near Dickerson Mill, some of the images that I've seen from the Bedford Fire Department, I don't have any doubt that that is also going to be confirmed as a tornado. A bunch of trees were snapped and pushed down, and that is also going to be confirmed as a tornado, but that was not official yet. So in summary, the tornado that Thomas was just talking about, Pennsylvania County, yeah, that one has been confirmed. The one in Bedford County is not, but I know that that will be confirmed as a tornado. Regardless, it's still a mess, and it's still a lot to clean up, whatever you classify this type of wind damage. So we've got the rain falling on the roof here at ABC 13. Will, could you reset the map? And let's go to Lynchburg.
George, I do want to point out real
Yes,
quick,
sir.
actually, if you want to pull that a little further south, you're actually going to see there's another tornado warning just across the state line again, just south of South Boston. So there's another tornado warning we're going to have to watch moving into South Boston. Yeah. We were starting to get too bored with all of these warnings.
Yeah.
We've got another one now we're going to have to watch moving towards just behind you, moving towards South Boston. But right now, that one was just issued a few minutes ago, it looks like.
So by Will Stafford's math, if that one makes it into our area, that would be storm number 17, 16 plus 1. Yep, that'd be number 17. That would move into Halifax County, and that is for this cell here. This cell here, as I was looking at some statements from the National Weather Service, they were saying that if this does get stronger, they would issue a tornado warning. They have done that for 501. We'll stop the animation. Let's go to the radar mode, the wind mode, and let's take a look to see if we can see anything definitive on this. Yeah, I don't like that. Right here. That is where this possible tornado, I'm phrasing this as possible tornado, it's not a confirmed tornado, but at radar level, that looks like that could be a tornado, and this is going to be right along 501. So this is south of Cluster Springs. You can see South Boston at the top of your screen. So if another tornado warning does get issued out of this, this would include Virgilina, and is it moving that far to the east, Will? Let me take a look.
Put them in anyway.
It's northeast at 20 miles an hour.
Northeast, yeah. It looks like it's moving about 10 degrees from north. But so it sells a pull the storm track to the northeast. I'd draw it at about 10 degrees, a little bit more to the left, more left. Okay, better. Okay, and let's see if there's what pops up here. So with William Tuck showing up, that's the airport that serves South Boston. So that's why William Tuck is showing up here. But this gives you an idea of some of the places that could be impacted. The Hyco community, this is going to stay to the west of Virgilina, which is good news. We'll monitor this for you, but this is going to stay west of you in Virgilina, though it's going to be close. So in Virgilina, if you're watching us from there, don't exactly get in your car right now and start driving west and north, or you're going to drive into the storm, which does have the possible tornado warning with it. Again, this is just south of South Boston. Now let's take you back. Will, let's reset. And let's go to the map, the severe weather alerts map, which shows the tornado watch and also some of the tornado warnings. So the original tornado watch, which came out from the National Weather Service, was originally until 6 p.m. They've extended the watch until 8 p.m. So these are the areas that we're monitoring for the potential for tornado warnings. We've had a fortunate day here in Lynchburg, and also the town of Bedford. We have not had any tornado warnings here, but we've had now 16 in our viewing area. Brookneal remains under a tornado warning. We'll take a closer look at that to see if we actually see something that looks like a tornado in it, but as of last look, it just looked like some areas of broad rotation. By the way, time is now 6:40. This warning is in effect for the next 5 minutes. Let's now go to Brookneal, and let's go back to the regular radar view. Let's go in for a closer look. So that is heavy rain making its way into Brookneal, and yeah, there's two areas, this and this cell just south of Brookneal, that we're watching for rotation. So Will, let's pause the animation. Let's put this over into wind mode, and let's see if we see anything that does look like a tornado. Yeah, I am not seeing a obvious tornado signature on it. I'm seeing a lot of broad rotation. This area here is near Nathalie, and this is going to lift to the north. So, Mr. Stafford, could you pull a storm track on this? And the storm vector, I am seeing it at, what are you seeing it as? I'm seeing it as near 25 miles an hour. Okay, yeah, okay, so 25 miles an hour. So I want to pull a storm track from this cell here, that little red splotch you see, of this direction, so our viewers here can get an idea. So in Phoenix Elementary School, and I know in Phoenix that's a place where they watch a lot of WSET weather coverage, we're going to watch this for you, but at this point this is too far away to know if it's going to definitively be in your area or not. I don't see a tornado problem right now in the community of Phoenix in Charlotte County, but the Aspen community at 7, if it did reach Phoenix, this would be near 712, but it has a long ways to go. And this particular cell, this may start to turn more to the left, more to the west, the farther north that it moves. Let's see, let's reset, Will, because I want to take a look yet at another storm which is developing on the west side of Danville. I don't see an obvious tornado in that, but it's one of these days where everything's rotating, it seems. I remember this from my storm chasing days where it seems like every single storm was producing a tornado. That's kind of what we're seeing a lot of today. So this is, again, we're looking at the wind mode. Just seeing a broad area of rotation, nothing of concern, so carry on in Danville. I think you're good. This area will lift to the north, we'll monitor, but there's nothing alarming that is occurring out of it. Now let's go to that storm with a tornado warning to the south of South Boston. So this will be into North Carolina. It's going to be for this. Based on what we're seeing here, I would not be surprised at all if the National Weather Service issues yet another tornado warning for this cell, as this one is going to make its way into Halifax County right in here. This is the rotating area. This is going to stay west of you in Virginia. You're good. But don't go anywhere. Don't go west, or you would be getting into part of the circulating part of the storm. But in the community of Virginia, you're going to be in good shape from this one. This one is going to pass to your north, your west rather, even though it's very, very close to you. So you're going to be good in Virginia. We'll watch this for our viewers in Cluster Springs and also into South Boston. Thomas, I'm going to have you here take over for a little bit. I'm going to check some data off the screen here. And if you could take over on the tornado warning coverage.
Of course. Okay, so right now we're still watching 2 cells. Mainly this one that's been moving through Halifax County does seem to be weakening, but we've still got enough broad rotation there. Now, about 1-2 minutes from now, we're going to see whether or not that they're going to be extending that one any further. And then the one just to its south, just west of Virginia, that one is going to be moving across the state line soon. So the National Weather Service is okay. Yep, there it is. All right, so they just went ahead and did it. So now we have another warning. This one though is still the same time frame, so this is still until 7:15. So we've got another half hour, which means we're going to stick with this storm. So this one is just moving out of Person County and Granville County and moving into the Commonwealth, again, just west of Virginia. But I think this might be an older scan, but the rotation looks like it's very close to the state line. So depending on where you are, but it looks like that's 96. And this one also, I believe, it looks like just from the track, I believe this is probably still going about northeast, so 10, 20 degrees and moving that direction. I'm guessing probably still at about 20, 25 miles an hour or so. But yeah, here's a couple little areas that might be seeing this storm as it moves along. The Christie area, 654. And then in Zion Hill School, also 656. Make sure you're getting to your safe spot. We've been seeing, as George has mentioned, these have been spinning. Every couple rounds have been developing, and it looks like over the next few minutes, we're probably not going to get rid of that. But this new polygon, you can see us stretching just to the very edge, moving up through Halifax County, lasting till 7:15. So if you're in this path, you'll want to make sure you're getting into a safe place and that you already have all of everything that you need in the area to make sure that you and your family are safe. Just trying to look, is there anything else on the other one? It looks like they let the other one go, is that right? If we can bring this out a little bit, want to go make sure, yeah, it doesn't look like they, okay, so they haven't reissued anything yet. So it's just now 6:45. The one for the tornado warning for northern Halifax County. That has been allowed to expire at 6:45. They might still issue another one. We'll keep an eye on that area. So just around Brookneal, that's where that warning was. So that one has been allowed to expire at 6:45. They still have issued them within a matter of minutes. In the last few hours, we've been seeing that happen. And so that's still a possibility, still enough weak rotation there. Will, do I need to look at something? What are we talking about? Okay, a little weak rotation there, still being seen, it looks like. Now, that's just east of Appomattox. And again, if you're just joining us, hopefully you are in a safe place. If you're in Appomattox County, Halifax, we've got a couple strong storms still moving through. It's 6:46 now. These storms have been developing all day long. They're creating just enough spin in the atmosphere. They can get going, and they spin for a little while. They've not seemed to be too strong. We've had 2 confirmed areas where it looks like tornadoes have touched down. National Weather Service has already confirmed one over Pittsylvania County. This is another cell that's now moving into parts of the Commonwealth, and that one also moving through areas that have already seen some tornado warnings. And that's something that we're going to have to worry about for just a little longer. 7:15 is when this one is going to be expiring, but most of this area still has already seen lots of showers and storms. Bring this out, Liz. Can we switch back over to radar? And I'm just going to look at what else is going on. If there's anything else. Okay, so it still looks like we've got enough here. It was weakening for a short time, but still looks like there's enough going on there. And you can still tell we've been seeing this happen multiple times today, but you'll notice there's still some cells that pop off on the backside of some of these other stronger storms that were moving through Halifax. So we're even having to watch these little tiny breakoffs from all of these storms that keep going. Now, next couple of minutes, this storm is going to cross into the Commonwealth and will be officially in the Blacksburg area, which is the new office that's now issuing the warnings for this, which is why you see the 2 breaks in the warnings here, because we go from one National Weather Service office to another, but they're both keeping the same time frame for that, 7:15. So we've got about 24 minutes or so left for that warning. Let's go out to Danville real quick, and let's just check that one just to make sure that nothing else is happening. I know George was looking at that. Looks like it's relatively weak. We're not seeing anything strong there. Some breeziness, but I think that one's safe for now. And let's bring us back up to the overview as well and see if we can just get a nice radar look and make sure everything else looks relatively quiet. If we can switch over to radar real quick, I do want to go back. Let's zoom in to this area just north of Brookneal just to look at those cells, because I think they're still weak. But yeah, so these were the ones. Notice how they're drifting northward towards the Gladys area. Brookneal still getting a lot of heavy rainfall. If you're in the Brookneal area, just go ahead and stay inside for a few more minutes. I know you're not under a tornado warning, but since these have been spinning relatively quickly, better safe than sorry at the moment, especially considering we just had a warning over this storm. And it doesn't look like there's anything that's exhibiting like that telltale tornadic behavior, but we do want to watch it.
We were going to mention this during, obviously, some of the shows, but we had a very different kind of a show tonight. And that is just the sheer amount of rain that we've had out towards the west. I just wanted to point out that we have numerous flash flood warnings up for southwestern Virginia. Some of these are actually being classified as what's called flash flood emergencies, which don't get issued hardly ever at all. That's just how much water has fallen in those areas. And I'm going to go ahead and put on the radar estimated rainfall. And it's going to take a little bit of time for that to load up. But keep in mind, a majority of this has actually only fallen in the last couple of hours or so. A lot of water going on down there. This is one of the reasons why those river levels are rising. Again, they've got numerous flash flood warnings over there. Thankfully, no additional rain making that situation worse. But a lot of these are being worded with what's called a flash flood emergency. So I just wanted to point that out.
Yes, so there have been a lot of reports. I was looking at some of those earlier, especially around the New River Valley. This was expected, but areas like Galax, there have been some reports between 5 to 7 inches of rainfall. A lot of rain. That's just today. And we've had days of rain throughout this entire week. The whole week has just been soggy, and every single day we've had showers and storms outside. So yes, still going to be a factor as we go throughout the rest of tonight. But good news is the worst of the rain is moving past, and we're seeing a lot less of the rain in the forecast. Yeah, this is a good look at like what we've actually seen. So definitely some 4 to 6 pushing that 7 to 8 inch total. So we definitely saw the focus for our rainfall as expected over the New River Valley, moving into elevation as well. Moving further to the east, a little less of the heavy rainfall. Definitely some spots, but rotation as well. All right, let's bring it back into the storms and everything else that's happening out towards the South Boston area. We've just got a few more, looks like about, 23-ish minutes until this one will be expiring. But yeah, we're gonna watch this just now starting to cross over the Virginia state line and just south of Cluster Springs. Now this is moving northeast towards South Boston. So South Boston again, I know we've already said it a couple times, but you are going to want to get in your safe place just in case. Looks like it's probably going to be going just to the east of you, but in case, it's better safe than sorry. So find your safe place, get inside, most interior spot of your home, put as many walls as you can between you and the outside. If you have a basement, use it. I know with this amount of rain, a lot of your basements might be flooded. Still can be safe as long as you can stand in there without being too deep into the water, but I understand it can be uncomfortable. If you've got a good safe place like that, I would use it. These locations probably going to be getting hit in the next few minutes. So Zion Hill School just with right now, essentially Pleasant Grove Church also in about 10 minutes, White Oak Fort Church as well, and about 20 minutes, a little less than 20 minutes. But yeah, those showers and storms just starting to get into the very edge of the Commonwealth at the moment, and looks like we still have plenty of time to go before that'll let up. But good news at least that earlier storm has wrapped up now. So the one that was moving through Halifax now starting to weaken. George?
All right, so what we want to do, Will, let's reset the view, and then we're going to be taking a look at some of the pictures coming up. So, Will, let's go back to the overall view of the viewing area, and then we'll take a look at some of the pictures. So, we have this one storm with the tornado warning. As Will and Thomas were showing you, we have seen the tornado warnings canceled for Brookneal. Okay, up in the production booth, Noah is in charge right now. And Noah, I know you have something that you want to pull up for us, for our viewers right now. Okay, so this is a look at some of the storm damage. And Noah, could you confirm in my ear, are we looking at Bedford County? Yes, okay, so this is being confirmed. This is Bedford County. This is an area where we have significant damage. You can see all the trees, which are down. The National Weather Service has not confirmed this as a tornado, but I know they will. This is the area near Dickerson Mill Road. So Dickerson Mill Road. So these are pictures from Chris Morris, a local storm spotter. Chris Morris sitting in these pictures here, and you can see that is a pretty significant damage. Noah, do we have any other pictures that you want to? Okay, we just have that one picture that we're going to show right now. So here, we'll come back out to me here at the weather wall. So in summary, we've had two storms or two areas of tornado damage so far today. The one in Pennsylvania County and to the west of Dry Fork along Dry Fork Road, that's southwest of Chatham and west of US 29, and also the Dickerson Mill Road area that is in Bedford County, that is southwest of the town of Bedford, basically southern Bedford County. That's where we've also had some tornado damage. So Noah just told me in my ear that we do have some other pictures. So Noah, for our viewers, go ahead and let's pull these up. So this picture is from Doug Anderson. And you can see that this tree is down on top of this power line, so I'd imagine power is probably out as well. This is from near Smith Mountain Lake on Lakemont Drive, and take a look at this. Not sure yet if this was from wind damage or tornado damage. That's to be confirmed. This is probably just wind damage here. This is from Blair's in Pennsylvania County, so thank you for that picture. Hi there, boy, that's a scary close-up. But those are some of the tornado damage pictures that we do have that you have sent to us. And I would recommend to you, if you do have some pictures that you want to share with us and put on TV like some of those that we've just seen, you can go to WSET.com and the Chime In section that you click on, that's where you can submit pictures or even video, and we'll be popping up some of those. So Noah, up in the production booth, if you get more pictures and video, just let me know on my ear, and we'll get those shared with the viewers. Time is now 6:55. I'm George Flickinger along with Mr. Stafford and Thomas Battle. Noreen Turn is also with us. We're continuing to update you on the tornado warnings as we've been on live for about a zillion hours straight, to be specific. So it's at least 3 hours of live coverage. I think it's closer to 4. We have this tornado warning which remains in effect for Halifax County. Let's go back down to the storm. Will, could you zoom into the storm? When Thomas was showing this a little bit ago, it didn't look like it was strengthening. It looked like it was weakening, and that's a good thing. Let's go to the velocity mode. This is where we're looking for rotation. We're looking at the wind. I don't see an obvious tornado out of this, but also we're getting so far away from the radar. The radar data that we're using from this is coming from Floyd County. That's a long ways away. And if there's a tornado, it's going to be immensely difficult to detect on radar because of that distance that the radar is. It's basically measuring the wind speed higher up within the storm. If there is a tornado, it is going to be located right in here. This is near and west of Virgilina, so you're good in Virgilina. We'll monitor this storm. As of now, I don't see an obvious sign of a tornado, but if you do live near State Highway 96, which juts off from 501, let's play this safe. Get into your place of tornado shelter in case there is a tornado that does end up developing out of this storm. Another area that we're showing you, Will, is zooming us to south of Brookneal. The tornado warnings, the multiple tornado warnings which you had in Brookneal, those have been canceled. There is an area of rotation that does need to be monitored here. That is near Nathalie, and it's interesting because that's a rotating area, that's a small rotation, and that is another one which is located in northern Halifax County. This is going to lift its way into Charlotte County next. This will be near the Phoenix community at 717. Again, there's not a tornado warning with this cell. It's very small. It does have some rotation with it, and that will be monitored as well. If you're in Lynchburg, we have avoided any big problems in our area today, and that is good news. Got to go over to Thomas Battle with some new info in the Weather Center.
Okay, so it's good news. The National Weather Service has just said it looks like that they're going to be canceling the Halifax tornado warning soon. They just canceled it. They just put it out, so that might be disappearing here soon if it's not already gone. So yeah, that's some good news. That's that southern edge. So that should mean that we have no active tornado warnings over us at the moment. Again, still want to watch that one over Brookneal. Yeah, Noreen's incredulous. This is incredible. But we do have one little cell like that one I was just pointing out at Brookneal, just to the southeast of Brookneal. But aside from that, yeah, right now there are no active tornado warnings. Not to jinx us.
So, Thomas, it's to keep track. So we have had, is it 17 tornado warnings? Okay. So we've had 17 tornado warnings in our viewing area today. We've been on with live continuous coverage for about 4 hours now. We actually started between 2 and 3 o'clock. There was only one period where we did not have a tornado warning for about 5 to 10 minutes. From North Carolina. That was for Henry County. But it has been it's been quite the ride that we've been on this afternoon. So there are no tornado warnings at this time. We're going to go to a break, and then we will be back for ABC 13 News next.
Neurosurgical excellence close to home. Carillion Clinic.
Summer's winding down. Get hot deals up to $7,374 off MSRP at Southern Team Subaru of Roanoke. Lowe's 0% APR financing available. Hurry before these deals are gone at Southern Team Subaru of Roanoke. SouthernTeamSubaru.com.
Chantel has served communities like yours for over a century.